The latest now on the major water main break in Springfield this week that impacted people throughout the city and also neighboring communities.
This morning, the boil water order was lifted as crews continue to make repairs. Western Mass News reporter Matt Price is getting more answers.
As workers continue to do what they can to fix the water main break in East Springfield, some good news for thousands of residents. Just before 5 o'clock Thursday morning, the boil water advisory that was in effect for Springfield and parts of Ludlow since Tuesday evening was lifted.
The water is safe and sound to drink, to cook with, to wash with. So we're very, very happy with that.
For the second straight day, Mayor Dominic Sarno and other officials updated the public on the situation. The 36-inch water main break behind the Big Y on St. James Avenue caused disruptions in residents' water usage, impacting restaurants and shutting down schools on Wednesday. Once the order was lifted, Springfield students returned to their classes on Thursday.
With a water situation, we couldn't bring them back in yesterday, but we worked feverishly all day yesterday to try to gather enough bottled water to bring them back should we not have this boil order. But with a boil order lifted, we're sure there's safety.
This is our Springfield water right here.
Now everyone can go back to using and drinking tap water in a normal fashion. However, the fire hydrants in Springfield are still being flushed and repairs will still take months. While those in the area are advised to be aware of any temporary discoloration, Health and Human Services Commissioner Helen Colton Harris says there are some health hazards people should watch out for.
We are concerned about the GI tract, so nausea, diarrhea, things that bacteria might impact. We would ask our residents to look out for that. If they have concerns, contact their primary care physician.
As crews continue to put in the hard work, city leaders commended the quick action by all to address the situation, including getting bottled water out to those who needed it.
Immediately, we stockpiled water. We didn't know how long this might go or not go. We wanted to be able to be ready for our residents. And again, over 2,000 cases of water were given out to Springfield residents in need.
You are still advised to not come to the area of where this water main break took place as crews continue to do all they can to fix the pipe. In Springfield, Matt Price, Western Mass News.